Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to create a chart like this which has the data from last year, this year, and also our target. Now to start with this chart we need some data, and so this is the data I have. I have last year's data in a column before this year's data. That's really important because of the way we're going to layer this. And then the target is the third piece of data. Again, that needs to be on top of everything. So this is sort of like a stacking order. This is going to be at the back, then the next level, and then the next level. To create our chart, I'm going to select over all the data, go to the Insert tab on the ribbon and select here a 2D column chart, just a very plain 2D column chart. Now to change the way our chart looks, we're going to have to change the way that our data is plotted, but the 2D column chart is the way to start. I'm going to select this year's data, which is this red column here. With it selected, I'm going up to the Chart Design tab, and I want to change the chart type for this. So I'm just going to click on it. It is a clustered column chart, but I want to separate it from last year's data, so it's plotted on a second axis. That's going to allow me to put two elements over the top of each other, to have the blue underneath the red. So I need to click here on secondary axis. Now the target data has to be plotted differently again, and for this I need a chart that just has markers on it. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to choose one of these line chart options that is a stacked line with markers. Just going to click on that and I'll click OK. Now the blue data is behind the red data because last year we did less than this year. So I'm going to need to split this data up. So I'm just going to select the red element, right click and choose Format Data Series. And from these series options, what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the gap width, and that's going to make the red data skinnier. And so we can see the blue data behind it. That's going to give me the opportunity of clicking on the blue data to make some changes to it. For it, I want to reduce the gap width, so I want a smaller gap width so that the bars are larger. I also want to change the color of this. I'd like it to be a sort of red color instead of the blue, but I want it to be a lighter color than the actual this year's data. So let's just click away from things and see how things are looking. For this element here, I don't want the line, but I do want the markers. So I'm going to click on the line to select it. If the panel is not open, you're going to right click on it and choose Format Data Series to open up this panel. We're going here to the Fill and Line options, and I don't want any line at all, so I'm just going to click here on No Line. That's going to leave me with these markers. So I'm going to click here on Marker, and for my marker I'm going to choose my marker option. So I want a built-in type of marker, and I'm just going to choose this bar down here. And then I can click here to make the size of it larger so that I can see it more clearly. And for its fill, I'm going to change that to a very deep purple color, so it's going to be visible on our chart. For the border, I don't want any line at all, so I'm just going to click that. So when I click away, I've got my chart with the target elements here and the this year's and last year's figures. But you might say that there's a problem here, and the problem is that these two axes have different values on them. So the data is actually not correct right now, and this is really, really important to fix. So what I'm going to do is click on this axis here, right click if this dialog isn't open, and choose Format Axis. And what you're going to do from this set of options, the axis options, is you're going to change the maximum value. You can see the maximum value here is 70, so we're going to make this maximum value the exact same amount. So I'm going to type 70. And having done that, now the data is readjusting correctly. And you can do a visual comparison of this, and you should do a visual comparison. So check that your target is at 60 and that the sales for last year is at 45 and the sales at this year is 52. So this is checking out just fine. Now at this point, if you want to, once you've got your axes correct, you can just delete this axis. So I'm just going to press the delete key. It's not changing the data. The axis settings are still there. It's just that it's not visible in the chart. And so then I would just go ahead and change the chart title. And if I wanted to, I could bring my legend up here So it's going to indicate what the training hours comparison is all about. Now, having done that, you'll see that my legend is over my chart. Well, I can solve that by going to the Format tab, provided I've got my chart selected here. And from this drop down, I'm going to choose Plot Area, because that's the plot area of my chart. And it's inside the chart area. And all I'm going to do is just bring my plot area down a little bit to increase the spacing for the legend at the top. And there is my chart. It's very readable. It's really easy to make comparisons between where we were last year and this year, and how far short or how far over our target we are. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results every time, then you'll love my other YouTube videos. So give this video a thumbs up and click to subscribe to the channel. And on the screen now, you'll see a video that I've handpicked for you to watch next.